What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another reaction video. Now, today, I'm coming at y'all with something different today. I got a reaction to what they don't tell you about living in Maryland. So I live in Maryland. I live in Baltimore City, to be exact. So I'm gonna see if this shit accurate or not, and I'm gonna give my opinion on what she had to say. And we gonna hop straight into it. Y'all know when it come to these reactions, we don't waste no time, bro. We hop straight into it. You feel me? Now, without further ado, we gonna get at it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all drop a like. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all subscribe. We're on the road to 150 subscribers. We almost there. We at like 120, 130. Yeah, something like that, bro. We almost there. Make sure y'all drop a subscribe for me. You feel me? Now, without further ado, we're gonna get straight into it.
Growing up in Maryland, I thought that had a pretty good deal.
Y'all know I always gotta eat something. I gotta bring a snack or something. I got some tortilla chips with some mild salsa, bro. Slap.
We would go to the beaches in the summer. We would take high school trips skiing in the winter. I loved my high school. We had a great football team. It really seemed like
I ain't never went skiing. I want to go skiing.
I went to college and I thought, Maryland's boring. I got to get out of here. So I left for 22 years. And it wasn't until I was living in California, had one kid and another on the way, that we decided we wanted better for our children. So where did we move?
Back to Maryland.
Back to Maryland. And it really has been a great place to raise my kids for the last 18 years since I've been back. But there are some things about Maryland that I actually wish I knew before moving back here, just to be better informed. So today, I'm going to share those with you. And make sure you stay tuned till the end, because the last thing I'm going to talk to you about may be really surprising to you, and it may actually influence where in Maryland you actually want to live. So let's dive right in. So one of the things you really need to know about Maryland is that when you live here and people ask you where you're from within Maryland, you talk about which county you're from. Not which city, not which town, but which county. We're very county specific. In Maryland, there are 23 counties plus Baltimore City, which kind of acts like its own county as far as its rules and regulations, but it's not a county. So let's just call it 24. And they're all...
That's honestly true, because everybody say we're not part of the DMV either. We our own little thing.
Very different. Montgomery County is the biggest county as far as population, and Frederick County is the biggest county as far as land area. And then you've got a lot of counties in between the two. You also have a lot of disparity between the wealth of each county within the state of Maryland. According to U.S. News and World Report, Maryland is the wealthiest state in the country, but not all parts of the state are equally affluent.
That's true. And we got a lot of black millionaires as well. We got a lot of black millionaires in Maryland, bro. I think Maryland has the capital for black millionaires, but as you can see, like Baltimore is poor. I ain't gonna lie, it's poor. So it got its pros and its cons. You just gotta find the right area in Maryland. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I get some money, I wanna move to like a Maryland county. I don't wanna move too far away from my city. I love my city, I love my area. But you know, it's way more out there for all of us, you know what I mean? So I want to experience.
Huge disparity between the richer counties like Montgomery County and Howard County and the poorest county, Allegheny County. So it's just something you need to know if you're thinking about moving to Maryland, that there's a big range of wealth throughout the state. But the one thing we all do have in common here in Maryland is that we are a lot of people in a very small state, so it is very congested. We are the 42nd biggest state in the country, and we're over 6 million people. And with that congestion is gonna come traffic. The traffic here in Maryland is really bad. And one thing Maryland loves are their speed cameras. In fact, there are cameras for everything. Red light cameras, speed cameras. They have cameras everywhere, and they'll get you every time. So
bro, I tell you, I got so many tickets. I ain't got one in a long time. God forbid. I don't want to jinx it. But I be getting tickets, bro. And they love them. They love them cameras. They love them some money.
Be aware if you're moving here, got a lot of congestion, a lot of traffic, and be on the lookout for those cameras. Another thing I noticed that when people talk about Maryland, they always reference it as being next to Washington, D.C. And yes, it's true, we do border D.C., but not all of Maryland does. Only a few of the counties actually are close to D.C. And the rest of Maryland, even though we're small, is very...
Being so close to D.C. not a bad thing, though. I love D.C. I love going down in the Baltimore area. I've never been anywhere out DC other than the Baltimore area, but you know the Baltimore. I mean, not the Baltimore area. The downtown area. That's like I like going down there just to get away. I like riding scooters down there and all that shit. Downtown DC cool to me.
Spread out. We have parts of Maryland that's on the Atlantic Ocean, which is about 3 hours from DC. We have parts of Maryland that are in the Appalachian Mountains. And then we have a lot of big cities in Maryland. We have historic seaside cities in Maryland, like Annapolis, or you've got industrial cities like Baltimore. So for such a little state, in fact, a lot of people call Maryland mini America, you can have all types of terrain, and not all of it borders DC. So just another thing I think you should know. So I got a couple more things I want to share with you, and then we're going to go to the thing I hinted at the beginning of the video, because I think it's really interesting and something people really don't understand about Maryland. But before we get there, let's just talk about the deer problem we have here. We have a huge deer problem in Maryland, and with those deer come ticks. So if you are moving here to our beautiful state and you love hiking like I do, just be aware we got a lot of deer and a lot of ticks, and they do carry Lyme disease. So just know that and protect yourself, because that can be pretty bad if you get it. So besides those cute, or in my opinion, pesky deer that I see every time I hike, the other thing I wanted to tell you about in the summertime are snakes. And sure, I'll see those black garden snakes that are harmless, but I also see copperheads. Yes,
See, we don't be having that problem in Baltimore, but if you go out to the county and like in the wood area, you definitely gonna see them.
Here in Maryland. I'll probably see them maybe once every 2 weeks as I'm hiking. I'll see those copperheads, and then I will turn around and go the other way because they're not nice. So just be aware that here in Maryland, we do have a lot of snakes, and dangerous snakes at that. So let's just debunk a few more things. We don't all say hun, that's a Baltimore thing. Speaking of Baltimore, we don't all follow the Baltimore Ravens. Those of us that live in counties that border DC tend to go with the Washington.
Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Ravens Nation. Fuck all that, shorty. Ravens Nation. You feel me?
And we don't put Old Bay on everything, but I do have to.
Why is she coming at Baltimore like that? Why is she doing that?
Hey, our blue crabs, they are the best. So let me talk about.
Now you want to say y'all blue crabs, girl?
The thing that I hinted at the beginning is I think it makes Maryland really unique. Like I said, we're a very small state, but we have a lot of people, over 6 million. But within our small state, which is very county specific, there is a huge range of politics. So including Baltimore, let's say we have 24 counties. Just to give you an example, I'm going to upload the election map from 2020. So you can see that 15 out of the 24 counties went Republican. That is the majority of the counties. It's just not the majority of the population, because the more populous counties went Democrat. But it is something that makes our state really unique. Up until recently, our last governor was Republican. Today, our governor is Democrat. So Maryland, I think, is seen as a very liberal state because it borders DC and it tends to go Democrat. But if you really dissect the state, county by county, there's the entire range of politics. So if you're thinking about moving here and you lean one way or the other, you're going to have a lot of different choices of where to live within the state of Maryland. So I hope you found this video helpful if you are thinking about moving to Maryland. And if you are thinking about moving here and you're moving to Montgomery County, where I specialize, and you like our help, I am a local real estate agent here, just send us an email, we'll set up a Zoom, we'll get you started. Like I said, I grew up in Maryland, and then
Man. Yeah, she wasn't lying in this video, but you know what I mean? I want to stay here in Maryland. I don't want to stay in Baltimore specifically. I want to go to like a county with some land and a big house. That's my dream. And a successful family, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, I want a baby, bro. I want a baby. But I want to make sure I'm set before I get a baby, before I start doing the dibbling dabbling and all that shit, bro. I'm trying to be set, you know what I mean? If I was a millionaire right now, I definitely would pop one. You feel me? I definitely would. But hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This was what they don't tell you about Maryland. Make sure y'all drop a like, comment, subscribe on this bad boy. Get me to 150 subs. And we out this mother effer. Peace out. Appreciate y'all.